I get life advice from superheroes and I'm okay with that. Sure, Marvel movies are packed with smash-em-up superhero fun, but they're also full of memorable quotes. It's hard to whittle Marvel quotes down to just 10, but here's my best attempt to rank the top 10 funniest, saddest, or most surprisingly profound quotes of all time in the MCU. Number 10. Don't scare me like that. Colonizer. Shuri in Black Panther. In Black Panther, NSA agent Everett Ross is as an ally to T'Challa and the other Wakandans. When Everett is wounded, T'Challa takes him back to Wakanda so that Shuri can heal him in her lab. When Everett wakes up, he accidentally startles Shuri, who says this line in response. It's a lighthearted nod to the fact that, as a white American government official, Everett is about as much of a colonizer as you can possibly get, yet he's working in the service of Wakanda. Number 9. For nearly every living thing, choice breeds shame and uncertainty and regret. There's a fork in every road, yet the wrong path always taken. Loki and Loki. This line is from Loki's infamous Glorious Purpose speech, which we first hear in 2012 Seconds The Avengers, and then again in the first episode of Loki. File it under he's not wrong, but that doesn't make him right. What's great about this line is that it's basically true. A big part of having free will means that we have to live with the uncertainty of our choices and the regret of our mistakes. Loki thinks that he's exempt from this rule, but as he finally confronts the shame he feels about what he thinks are his own choices in Loki, he realizes that he's never truly known what free will is. Number 8. You get hurt, hurt him back. You get killed, walk it off. Captain America in Avengers, Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron isn't one of the best Marvel movies, but it has a surprising number of good quotes. This one is from a pep talk Captain America gives the Avengers as they're getting ready for their final confrontation with Ultron and his army of sentries. Cap has a reputation for being overly earnest, but deep down he has a wicked dry wit. Number 7. The city is flying. Okay, look, the city is flying. We're fighting an army of robots, and I have a bow and arrow. None of this makes sense. Hawkeye in Avengers, Age of Ultron. In Age of Ultron, Wanda has a crisis of confidence in Sokovia, and it falls to Hawkeye to make sure she's okay. As he's checking in with her, Clint acknowledges the sheer absurdity of the situation they found themselves in. They're trapped on a levitating city and fighting killer robots with chaos magic and arrows. That honesty seems to be just what Wanda needed, since she's able to steel herself up to keep fighting. Plus, Jeremy Renner's delivery, with its mix of exasperation and compassion, is pitch perfect. Number 6. He may have been your father, boy, but he wasn't your daddy. Yondu, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. In Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Peter Quill finally finds his biological father, who, it turns out, is the biggest asshole in the universe. After Peter is forced to fight Ego to the death, he realizes that the Ravager Yondu was his real father figure all along, since Yondu was the one who raised him. Yondu says this line to Peter as he's sacrificing himself so that Peter can live, and Peter finally realizes how much Yondu loves him. Number 5. That's my secret, Cap. I'm always angry. Hulk and the Avengers. At the end of the Avengers, Steve tells Bruce that they need the Hulk, so it's time to get angry. Bruce responds by revealing that even though he doesn't show it, he's always angry. Not only is this line a great insight into Bruce's character, but it speaks to the anger that a lot of people carry around with them. Hell, even the Dalai Lama has said that he frequently struggles with anger. We may not all turn into a Hulk when we feel rage, but Bruce is never more relatable than he is when he says this line. Number 4. We never lose our demons. Mordo. We only learn to live above them. The Ancient One in Doctor Strange. Don't trust anyone who claims to have defeated their inner demons, especially when they're a sorcerer with formidable powers and an axe to grind. This line comes from Doctor Strange, when the Ancient One gently rebukes Mordo after he claims that her teachings helped him defeat his demons. It turns out Mordo has demons to spare, since he turns to evil at the end of the movie. Along with foreshadowing Mordo's eventual villainy, this line is a useful insight into what's called spiritual bypassing, using your spiritual beliefs to delude yourself into thinking that you don't deal with the same emotional baggage that other people do. Number 3. Everyone fails at who they are supposed to be. Thor. The measure of a person, of a hero, is how well they succeed at being who they are. Frigga in Avengers Endgame. After Thor fails to kill Thanos in Infinity War, he falls into a years-long depression. In Endgame, he's given an incredible gift. He runs into his mother Frigga during the time heist, and they're able to sit down together for a heart-to-heart. Thor confesses that even though he eventually managed to finish the job of killing Thanos, he still feels like a failure. Frigga, as always, knows just what to say, assuring him that no one ever lives up to their expectations for themselves. Number 2. Bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships because they knew death was better than bondage. Eric Killmonger in Black Panther. Eric Killmonger is the best Marvel villain of all time. Even though his actions are inexcusable, his beef with Wakanda is 100% legitimate. He's furious that the Wakandans have protected themselves while allowing other black people around the world to suffer. This line, which is Eric's last words after T'Challa fatally wounds him, is a beautiful distillation of Eric's grief and righteous anger. It's also a heartbreaking reminder of the legacy of oppression and violence that Eric and T'Challa both carry with them. Number 1. What is grief, if not love persevering? Vision and WandaVision. Out of all the characters in the MCU, Wanda has suffered some of the hardest trauma, losing her entire family one by one. While she's grieving the death of her brother, Pietro, Vision comes to keep her company. Wanda opens up to him about how much she's hurting, and Vision responds with something sweet and profound. What is grief but love persevering? The line comforts Wanda, but it also made a deep impression on viewers. Grief is a reminder of how important loved ones are to us, and even though grief can be hard to deal with, it's a testament to how deep love can run. What's your favorite Marvel quote? Let me know in the comments. And if you like these facts and quotes, a like and a subscribe will be supportive hand from you.